Hey everybody, today we're back with another install with some components for a Hellcat. Today we're going to be looking at an extended slide release from Tyrant CNC, and we're going to show you how to install it in your personal handgun today. To get started on this install, we're first going to remove the slide and remove the magazine, because immediately those are not components we're going to be using. So you can drop your magazine, and then we can remove our slide. So lock your slide back, flip the takedown lever up. Gun is not loaded. Let the slide go forward. We've already cleared that the gun is not loaded, and you can pull the trigger. Set the slide aside because we'll use that later as a function test. Now, to install this slide release here, the only thing that we need to remove is going to be this large diameter pin that goes through the factory slide release, the trigger, this metal block, and the frame. So what you can use is a punch. Maybe you can manually push it through. Otherwise, we have a small hammer to just gently knock that out. So to start, we're going to push on this pin here, see if we can loosen it up. That's going to comply with us. We got that to come out real easy. We're going to set that aside. Next, we're going to have this slide release, your factory slide release, and we want to remove this from the gun, and you can simply pull this out rearward. So there's your factory slide release removed from the gun. We can set this aside. Now we're going to take our improved Tyrant CNC extended slide release and put this into the pistol. What we want to do is simply slide this in here, but when we slide this in here, we need to get it underneath this small paper clip, this spring, that's going to be applying pressure on it. So if we can slide this in here gently, I got that far, but now we're running into the spring. So I'm going to take my my driver, lift this up, get this underneath here, lift it up a little higher, and now we're underneath. We have our extended slide release, our spring sitting right on top. The only thing left to do is we need to put our large diameter frame pin back in. To get started with that, we're going to go in left to right, and we have to be aware of everything that needs to clear. There's a small metal paper clip inside this hole. We need to clear that. Our new extended slide release, it's going to have to go through a hole in this. It also needs to go through our trigger, this metal block, and the frame. So this is not something you want to just power and push through. You got to make sure everything lines up. So right now, we just cleared our paper clip. We have it in the slide release itself. We're going to flip the frame over. We can see some of our gold trigger peeking through that hole. We want to kind of get that out of the way as best as we can, and then see if we can't push this home the rest of the way. If it doesn't want to push, you can gently tap on it with a hammer. It's not wanting to immediately go, so we don't want to force it. We're going to give that a little bit more wiggle. And there it just fell through. So now we should be able to push this all the way home, or give it a few more taps. And there we are. You have your new extended slide release from Tyrant CNC. We can set the old one out of the way, some of our tools out of the way. So what we want to do is reassemble this pistol for a quick function test. So you can grab your slide, put this back together, get locked to the rear. It's appropriately catching on the slide so it can hold open on an empty magazine. Drop our takedown lever. Should be able to just release it here. Successfully did that. Next, we're going to insert a magazine. That pushed up on it properly. We should now be able to lock the slide back, and the slide will be locked open because of pressure on the magazine applied to the extended slide release. it just automatically locked. Now we should be able to remove the magazine and this will fall out of the way. It properly did that as well. Your new Tyrant CNC extended slide release is performing perfectly. So there you have it, guys. If you guys ever need any other parts for any installs or builds that you're working on, make sure to check out TyrantCNC.com and we'll see you again next time.